5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Reserve
I'm Niz,
time.
and we are in the semifinals of the Semi-Pro Cup Series. We've got Nicolas Cage on the Dire side, and if you take a look at chat, we've got a whole bunch of Nicolas Cage fan
Dire
gays in
team
here.
pick.
As a bunch of their friends have turned out to cheer them on. There's some friends of No U-Turn. And I even saw NKF in chat. He's actually playing in the game. He was in there for a bit. It says Viva Peru. So their captain Yo Soy Tu Papa. It's in good company, I guess. But they're going to be going up against a team that we saw last game. And that's going to be the Knights. They're going to be playing on the Radiant side. They're going under the name as Dumbass Inc.
Reserve time.
I don't even know what to say about that. But we do still have a team waiting in the finals, waiting for this game to finish. So we're almost caught up. Almost caught up, I guess, with the other part of the tournament, unable to go anywhere. But let's catch up in our draft here. As we've got the Shadow Fiend and the Slardar were the first bands for Nicolas Cage. We've got Darkseer and Doom banned out by Dumbass Inc. The picks. First pick was Dazzle. The response was Tusk and Winter Wyvern, and then Earthshaker got picked up to round out the first picking phase. So we've got, well, once again, two defensive supports, the Dazzle and the Winter Wyvern, getting picked up in that first phase. Then we've got two actually similar heroes that could go off lane, but also perfectly fine and perfectly comfortable with roaming around as the position 4. But we don't know if those are off lanes or position 4s. We know that Earthshaker, I'd say recently getting played a lot more as a position 4. Tusk, it's kind of half and half. I don't really know where to draw the line on that. We see him quite a bit playing either of those positions. But now we've got our next ban. It's going to be an Ember Spirit getting removed by Nicolas Cage. It's too tough to kind of predict what we're going to see from bans here, as both drafts are very wide open. They haven't really shown too much. There's Night Stalker getting banned out.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve
Come on, guys,
time.
ban something. Give me something to talk about here. As the obvious counters are already gone, or the obvious combinations. Slardar, Dazzle, fantastic. Shadow Fiend as well, but those are all banned out. Actually, by the team that picked up the Dazzle. The Darkseer also banned out by the team that picked up the Winter Wyvern, so you got good synergy there.
Radiant team
but not available. Queen of Pain now getting banned. Who's a big ticket hero that's still in the pool? We've seen a lot of play from Tiny recently, but I don't think we're going to see that.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, it's a possibility still.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Huskar.
Assassin.
Templar Assassin getting picked up.
Dire team pick.
That's an early TA pick. That's a really early TA pick. Typically we see that get picked up in the 4th slot or the 5th. But most of the time he gets kind of last banned, so we don't end up seeing the TA.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
What is Nicolas Cage's response going to be here?
Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Every time I'm looking at this draft and I'm kind of like looking around and I see the Nicolas Cage and then I see the picture, the avatar that they've got for the team logo. God damn that Nicolas Cage face. I can't help but laugh. Just kind of giggle to myself every time I see it. But they're going to pick up the Phantom Lancer, so they've got their safe lane
10
carry.
seconds remaining.
Although, we have seen Phantom Lancer played in the mid lane. Not really
5
sure how that
seconds remaining.
would go going up against a TA. Don't imagine it would go too well for the Phantom Lancer.
Reserve time.
But now we're gonna get a little bit of information here from our Radiant side. And okay, they're gonna pick up the
Dire
Magnus. So we
team
know that
pick.
Tusk is now position 4. They could have still disguised that Tusk by picking up their safe lane carry, but choosing to pick up the Mag instead. The Mag already has pretty good synergy with the Templar Assassin. Of course, TA already hits like a truck. You give her Empower and it's just not even fair at that point. And I imagine they're going to try to pick up a safe lane carry that's going to synergize
10
with that Mag.
seconds remaining.
We talked a little bit about it in last
5
game's
seconds
draft,
remaining.
where there would have been synergy between the Mag and the Juggernaut, but the Mag was snatched up by
Reserve
the Dire
time.
side before the Radiant side had an opportunity to pick it up.
Viper.
There we go. There's the TA counter. It's going to be a
Radiant
Viper
team
pickup for
back.
Nicolas Cage. So that's going to be our mid matchup, the Viper against the TA. Or at least that's kind of how they're normally played. We might see this Radiant side switch up their lanes and avoid that lane for the TA. Maybe put
10
the TA
seconds
safe lane.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm interested to see how they're
Reserve time.
going to go about this, because the Viper will be trouble for the TA. Especially if the TA gets fissured, because we've got that roaming Earthshaker. So if the TA gets fissured and isn't able to retreat straight back, and the Viper's on her, she's just going to be getting torn up, as the Viper is just going to do so much damage to her. Going to be able to burn through that refraction pretty quickly, and yeah, especially once the Viper hits 6, throws out the Viper strike, and that TA is just pretty much dead. Then again, if you've got Tusk roaming around, if Tusk shows up and snowballs the TA in, then you lead with a Meld Strike and trap the Viper in with an Ice Shards, you might just be able to kill the Viper straight up.
Dire team ban.
That's viable as well. 5th ban coming through for the Radiant side. It's going to be a Brood Mother.
10 seconds remaining.
A little bit of an interesting ban there.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Brood just kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Jug's going to get banned out, so
Radiant team
we're not
pick.
going to see that combo. Surprisingly, Gyrocopter is still in the pool here. Huh. Be alright at dealing with Phantom Lancer illusions with the flak. Really. I mean, with Mag giving you Empower,
10
yeah, you're not
seconds
getting the
remaining.
cleave, but it's still giving you some good damage to flak off.
5 seconds remaining.
It's aggressive, and yeah, they're gonna pick it up. I like the
Dire
gyro pick
team
here. I think
pick.
it's quite strong. Now, what's Nicolas Cage gonna pick up here? Offlaner in this situation. Hawk is probably
10
one of
seconds
the
remaining.
more picked viable options. We could see another
5
Beastmaster.
seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Beastmaster, I don't know. The thing is Beastmaster works a lot on summons, and the Gyrocopter is just
seconds
going to flak
remaining.
and kill a bunch of the summons.
Alchemist.
Ooh, they're going to go with an Alchemist. Huh. So we got Phantom Lancer, Alchemist, and Viper on the same team. Where are these heroes going? I wonder if this is a mid-Alchemist to go up against the TA. Safe Flame Phantom Lancer, off-lane Viper. Very interesting draft. And I definitely don't think we're going to see the Radiance build coming out from the Alchemist. I expect the aggressive, more aggressive style build. Probably. I guess it could be the Armlet build, or it could be the Solar Crest build. Both of those are ganking. They're fight now kind of builds, rather than the kind of farm accelerating build of the Radiant Octarine, that kind of build. Interesting drafter. I do think we're going to see the Alchemid. I think that makes the most sense. Alchemid, Viper offlane. But the G's are dropped, so we are good to go. Let's introduce our teams and our players. On the Radiant side, we've got team... well, Dick. But they are the Knights. We've got 122 Richard Sherman. He's going to be playing on the Winter Wyvern. We got Loop Troop on the Templar Assassin. Usagi Drop's going to be playing the Gyrocopter. Annie's going to be playing the Tusk. And in the top lane, 3K Ping is real. Is going to be playing the Magnus. For our Dire side, looks like they're grouped up and moving together. It is Nicolas Cage. NKF is going to be playing their Earthshaker. Infamous Cow is going to be on the Dazzle. Mr. Cash is on the Phantom Lancer. Yosoi Tupapa is on the Viper. And the fan favorite, according to my Twitch chat, it's No U-Turn. He's going to be playing the Alchemist.
30 seconds to battle.
So, they're going to smoke up and they're going to run into Roche Pit. It's always a battle to try and get that first bounty rune. Or the Alchemist is, if he can get Grievel's Greed and pick it up, oh, so good. Niz equals 8K. Oh my god, I can't type. He's got a laptop, yikes. So true. I absolutely hate pauses as a player. It drives me insane. Nicolas Cage, take my energy, says Booba in chat. Told you, Nicolas Fangaze. They're real. We gotta go for starting items. Got mangoes. Mangoes galore on the Dire side. Nothing on the Radiant side. No mangoes. Besides that, we got sentries picked up by other side. Nothing else really that's standing out. One of the things that stands out to me is that the Gyrocopter picked up an Iron Branch instead of a Clarity. That's about it. We're good to go. At least. There we go. Now we're going to resume and we're going to hop on into this game. As We're going to see a big battle for the bottom rune. We just got the mag sitting up there in the top waiting, but he's the only one up there. We've got 5 heroes smoked up on the dire side inside Roche Pit, and they're going to get a nice fissure block off, and Luke Troop is going to be in trouble. The Alchemist is going to be able to pick up that bounty rune. There's the first blood as the Templar Assassin goes down. Dazzle getting the last hit. I think we saw Dazzle get the first blood last game as well. And, oh, I'm wrong. With our lanes is no U-turn. Where are you going? Okay. I'm right. Alchemist is going to be mid against the TA, so I got that part right. But it's going to be an off-lane Phantom Lancer paired up with a Dazzle. And Viper is going to be safe lane with the Earthshaker. This is not what I expected. But the bottom lane here, we're going to have the Winter Wyvern, Tusk, and Gyrocopter going up against this dual lane.
Can't have it.
And the Dazzle has been caught with an Ice Shard. It's going to lose about half of his HP. And 1-2-2. Richard Sherman going to get some good harass in there, but it's actually going to cost him more HP in the end. As we hop up into the top lane, it's going to be the Viper and the Earthshaker going up against the Magnus. So because we have this matchup, the Viper should be able to bully the Magnus quite a bit. Just going to free up this Earthshaker to rotate away and put some pressure on this mid TA. And maybe even rotate down to the bottom and kind of surprise some of the heroes down here. Or just go for a fissure block off here. He actually missed it there. But the Viper took quite a bit of a beating there. He was forcing out healing style for him. Mag sitting on a lot of regen as well. But he'll be alright with trading a little bit of regen early on, because he's almost completely burned through the Vipers. As well, Viper down to 3 tangos, whereas Mag sitting on 6 right now and still has his healing self. About to hit 2-minute mark. Will the Alchemist win the lottery? He will. He's going to pick up a bounty rune. Ice Shard's going to trap this Dazzle once again, forced to shallow grave himself. That's going to keep him alive for a little bit. He'll heal himself up, but yeah, there's no getting out of that one. 1-1 now as the Knights get on the board with a pick off there. And here's that Earthshaker moving away from the top lane. As just, he doesn't even have to do anything, and it's not like he's not showing. The TA knows what's up. Seen the Earthshaker as I finally switched to the right fog. He moves away, but yeah, he was just standing there completely in vision and just forcing the TA back and giving the Alk some space to continue to farm, but also to stop the TA from getting any.
Denied.
Oh, Dazzle and Winter Wyvern just kind of playing with each other for a second. Tusk going for rotation. He's actually going to find the Earthshaker as he does so. Smack each other for a bit, and now the Tusk is on the retreat as the Dazzle was coming in as the reinforcement. But now Earthshaker will walk uphill, and a walk uphill right into a Winter Wyvern, and the Tusk is there as well. As now he's going to try to run to his Dazzle. But with the Gyrocopter coming on in, yeah, it's smart for him to turn around and run away from the Dazzle at that point, making sure that the Dazzle will get out of there. If he's running with the Dazzle, then of course they're going to kill the Earthshaker, and they're still going to be able to get some damage in on the Dazzle. So good job sensing, realizing that the Earthshaker was dead and splitting there. 4-minute rune. Bounty is bottom. So Alk getting that Invis rune, which means it's going to be a bounty rune for the Winter Wyvern here. I don't think they're going to... Oh, they are going to wait for the TA to rotate down, but Alk's going down as well. TA will get there before the Alk. Yep. And Winter Wyvern's stuck around, so... The Alk, it's not worth it running for the rune and forcing the Winter Wyvern to take it up. You're going to lose way too much HP, especially when you've got, well, an empty bottle. And no way to get your HP pool back up. Well, let's take a look at our state of the top lane. We've got 29 and 6 CS for the Viper compared to the 15 and 0 on the Magnus. So Viper dominating this lane as expected. In our mid lane, we've got Alx at 17 and 6, a little bit behind the Templar Assassin that's at 23 and 8. And our bottom lane, Gyrocopter, only at 14 and 9, so not even getting as much CS as the Mag is in the top lane. He's the lowest out of the 3 cores on the Radiant side. But this PL getting even less, sitting at 7 and 3 CS. So PL getting completely shut down in this off lane. Gonna have to really see some space get created by this Viper coming out of the laning phase, as he's gonna Viper strike up the Magnus, but he'll just TP back to safety. Part of the reason why this PL is a little bit behind in CS is because this Tusk has been staying down here for the most part.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Snowballing forward and ice shard trapping the Dazzle, but it's way too far past the tower. And Gyro wants none of that. He does not want to be diving that deep. And I missed a rotation to the mid lane as Mag actually just ran right back to the mid lane and was able to get a kill there on the Alchemist. Didn't use RP.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Welcome back, Randy. So he's in chat with us. This is the semi-finals. So second series of the night. We got one more to go after this. I sent you some messages on Steam, Randy. So take a look at those. And there's our RP coming out from the Magnus as he's going to try and go for a kill here on the Alchemist again. And he's going to skill run back, and no U-turn is going to go down one more time. He's so close to level 6.
Middle tower is under attack.
Without that level 6, he doesn't have Chemical Rage, so he doesn't have that insane regen, which is part of the reason why Alchemist is just so damn hard to kill. But once again, great play coming out from 3K Ping is real. As that is the second time he's gotten that kill on the Alk. In fact, that Alk had just respawned and run back to, well, actually TP'd back to the mid lane. Now they killed him once again, so now he'll have to actually run back this time because his TP is still on cooldown for another 15 seconds. Let's take a quick look on what our Gyrocopter has picked up so far. So he's on the phase boots, and looks like this is going to be an Aquila for him. Standard build there. Winter Wyvern just has his boots. Tusk just his boots and his Orb of Venom. Like we got an Aquila and Treads in bottle for the TA, who's going to be stacking the Ancient Camps for herself. After that second kill on the Alchemist, as the Mag was rotating up to the top lane, he picked up his Arcanes.
Where's my pension?
So he's got that. It's like the Vipers picked up a Headdress, but also picked up a Gloves of Haste. Maybe going for a Midas here with that Gloves of Haste, because he's up to another 1100 gold. Ping's coming out from the Earthshaker, just showing that he's stacked some camps here. And Gyro died doing this stack as he died to the neutrals. Whoops, mistakes were made. Yeah, Earthshaker just picked up his boots, so he'll be flying those in on the courier when he gets a chance. PL, well, nothing really to report in. Same with the Dazzle, just kind of boots and typical support items. There's this PL just bringing in his bottle there. Now, I'm a little scared. The Alk is up to 2,000 gold right now. Maybe this is going to be a Radiance. I worry that they don't have they don't have enough early game, but we're going to lose a Phantom Lancer in the bottom lane. Shallow Grave is going to come out from Dazzle on himself. This Ice Shard's gonna fly through. It's actually gonna kill the Dazzle. He's snowballing too, so
Dire's
even if the
bottom
Dazzle
tower
got his
is under
heal
attack.
off and his stick, as I don't think he was able to get either of those off. No, he
Dire's
definitely got the
structures
stick
are
off.
fortified.
Not sure if he got the heal off, but either way, I think the Ice Shards might have been enough to burst through that heal anyways, before the Snowball was even necessary. Another Viper Strike
Dire's
forces
bottom
another
tower
TP out
is
from the
under
Magnus.
attack.
And just as that was going on, the Midas recipe flew on in. So
Dire's
Viper
bottom tower has
did
fallen.
choose to go with that Midas, so that's what he was saving for.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And I think he'll probably pick
Radiant
up
structures
a
are
mech
fortified.
on the back of that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And once he has his mech, then he'll probably be becoming more of a presence on the map, which kind of will result in Phantom Lantern taking the top lane.
Radiant's
As he's
top
already up
tower
here
has
now,
been
so we might
denied.
actually see the Viper move away from the top lane right now. And yeah, we're seeing that. He's going to TP down to the bottom lane, so they want more farm on the Phantom Lancer. They haven't gotten anywhere near as much as they were hoping they'd get in the off lane. And no U-turn, up to 3,100, soon to be 3,200 gold. And it looks like it is going to be a Radiance for him. Got a smoke up here from the Radiant side, 4 of them. Gonna run into the Dire jungle. They're looking for the Alchemist. Are they gonna find him? No, they're gonna find the Earthshaker instead. As 3k ping is real, we'll skewer forward, but not gonna actually land on that Earthshaker. Barracopter came in as well. 122 comes in from behind, so they will end up with the kill on the Earthshaker, but
Dire's middle tower is
fortunately
under
not able to
attack.
catch the target that they were after, that Alchemist. As he's able to escape, he'll actually go back to base and get himself a full bottle and some mana.
You have my
He's at 3,400 gold right now, so he does
Radiant's
not want to
bottom
die.
tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is
On
under
the back
attack.
of that pick off, the Radiant side will pick up a
Dire's
tier 1
middle
tower in the mid lane.
has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Viper going for a little bit of a trade here, but there's no way he's going to chew through that much HP on a tower. And now he's going to TP up to the top lane, and Tusk is going to TP away from the top lane. I'm a little intrigued on why the Viper just TP'd to the top lane, and then the PL was rotating away. I thought maybe they were going to give the top lane back to the Viper, and that didn't really make much sense to me, but no, it doesn't look like that's the case at all. This Viper actually ended up just running back to mid. And there are so many pings going out right now. My goodness. Is Alk about to hit that 3,800 gold, so he will be able to pick up the relic. Counter
Radiant's
warning
middle
coming out
tower
here from
is under
Infamous
attack.
Cow as the Radiant on that smoke had just placed a bunch of
Dire's
sentry
bottom
wards
tower
blocking
is
up a
under
bunch of the
attack.
camps so that Alk not able just to sit in the jungle like this and farm away while being off the map and being relatively safe. Checking our mag here. How close is he to blink? Oh, very close. He's just cresting over 2,000 gold now, so 250 more from now and he'll have his blink dagger.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, TA, how's she doing? Almost the deso finished. 200 away from completing that. Just needs the recipe.
Dire's top tower
Gyrocopter
is
coming
under
up,
attack.
looking like he wants to fight, and that's
Radiant's
exactly what
bottom
this Radiant
tower
side
is
needs to
under
do.
attack.
They've got the early game
Dire's
fight.
structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're going to get a top tier 1
Radiant's
tower, but it's
bottom
going to end up in a
tower has
trade because the
fallen.
Viper was able to trade this time with the bottom tier 1.
Dire's
We
top
got
tower
a bunch
has
of heroes
fallen.
here from the Dire side all in the bottom lane. As they're just going to farm up the enemy jungle instead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2 big item pickups for the Radiant there as Desolator just gets finished by Loop Troop. And the Blink Dagger on the Magnus. And they're not done, they're just going to keep pushing.
Under attack.
The Alk's sitting at 1100 gold. Still can't afford that Radiance recipe.
Tower is under attack.
It's going to be an okay timing, 15 minutes.
Dire's structures
But
are
still,
fortified.
Radiance all of a sudden isn't just this great item that's going to allow you to fight. You're
Radiant's
still
bottom
going to
tower is under
struggle. You
attack.
have the mech just picked up now by the Viper.
Radiant's bottom
Are we
tower
going to have a
is
team
under
fight? We
attack.
are. Here comes the RP coming out from the mag. He's going to charge Yosoi Tupapa back into the middle of his team. And they're doing everything to try to keep this Viper up as they use the Shallow Grave. We have lost 2 heroes. It's just the mag and the Alk. Winter Wyvern going to go down. And once again, we're going to have the TA TP away. As Loop Troop very low. He's going to sit and melt. Oh, they know. They know what's up and Loop Troop! Oh, he doesn't get out alive. He's gonna die, but oh my! He was just sitting in the meld and they knew. They pinged it out. They're just like, oh, he's here. He's here. We need detect. We need detect. And then they lined up and the meld strike just tore that Dazzle apart. Meld strike, another right click. Dazzle dead. Earthshaker on 1 hit from dead. And then he's dead with that next right click. And then almost able to TP out. Almost. But the the Viper able to get that last auto attack off. Speaking of the Viper's in trouble right now as he's going to manage to pick up that invis. And is there any detection? I don't think so. Oh my goodness. The rune luck for Yosoi Tupapa. As he'll live. Wow, if those ice shards were placed just a little bit earlier, like the ice shards allowed to get close enough to pick up that rune. Oh, that was so close. The Viper's lucky. Ice shards actually traps NKF there for a second, but Radiant side. Thinking maybe it was a little too far, for them. No U-turn gets a little bit of CS in the mid lane, and that's going to be enough for his Radiance recipe. So it's actually 17.5 minutes for his Radiance to get completed. So we've seen the Knights do a pretty good job of delaying that Alk's Radiance timing. Still 17.5 minutes, but it's delayed. But I think they just keep fighting. The Alk still can't fight. The PL can't fight. The entire Dire side team is the Viper, and there they go. They just lead with the Vipers, with Winter's Curse. They're going to punch him up in the air. But that Viper's pretty damn tanky, and instead they're going to lose their Tusk. RP is going to be pretty big. It's going to be on a bunch of heroes. But then
Dire's bottom tower is
the
under
mag
attack.
goes down. They managed to get 2 kills, and I guess
Radiant's
the
top
entire
tower is under attack.
Dire side team, the Viper is dead, and they're going to get the PL. They're going to manage to chase him down with the Gyrocopter, as the Gyro actually gets a triple in the team fight.
Dire's
Let's
bottom
take a look at a
tower
show
is
fight
under
recap.
attack.
It ends up as a 3 for 3 and just a very, very
Radiant's
slight
top tower is under
13
attack.
gold swing in favor of Nicolas Cage. And the tier 2 is going to go down here. Oh, the hero range creep has switched off the tower. The Alk
Dire's
actually
middle
attacked
tower
it, brought
has
it down to
been
4
denied.
HP. That's where the range creep needs to switch back. No, the tower does get denied. Well, some items coming up for
Roshan
the
has
Dire
fallen
side,
to
but
the Radiant.
Aegis now getting picked up by Loop Troop as they take down Roche. We had the Dazzle pick up the Medallion, and Boots of Travel picked up by the Phantom Lancer. There's our Alk up. He's back up to an 1,000 gold. He's picked up Phase Boots as well. Earthshaker's got his Soul Ring, working towards his Tranquil Boots. So 150 gold from now, he'll pick up his Tranquils. And then we'll start seeing him work towards his boot to travel. And Vipers picked up a Yasha. Troop. Finding the PL in the jungle, and there we go. 3k ping is real, managing to find that PL and drag him back with the skewer. So they find a kill on that PL, and they might find another one here on the Dazzle. Shallow Grave, going to keep him alive for a bit. He's going to try to TP on out, but I think he waited too long. Indeed he did. He's going to go down. For the Knights, they find 2 kills just with a simple just move into the Dire jungle. Oh, no U-turn wants the CS in the mid so badly. Yeah, he's gonna play it safe though. Well, with all the action going on the Dire side of the map, NKF says, you know what, I'll just sit down here in the bottom lane, I'll get a little bit of farm.
Dire's top tower
I'm an
is under
Earthshaker.
attack.
I could use the farm. Blink Dagger
Dire's
is nice to
structures are
have.
fortified.
And I don't think his team's going to defend this, although a couple of heroes are gathering up in the
Dire's
top lane, but
tower
no.
has fallen.
He still hasn't TP'd yet. Just going to keep farming in the bottom lane. Keep this lane pushing. He managed to get him about 700 gold. No U-turn. Needs to be a little careful. He's still pretty squishy at this stage in the game.
Radiant's bottom
Especially if
tower
they
is
manage to
under
catch
attack.
him with his chemical rage timing. Oh boy. This mag sitting in the trees.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They don't
attack.
have any uphill vision right now, so that would have been a perfect moment. He would have been able to get 2. He's just gonna find the Alk, but that's gonna be enough. It's gonna skewer him back far enough away from the Dazzle. They're gonna use the Winter's Curse on him, so the Alchemist will go down. The Dazzle's gonna get the Shallow Grave off on the Viper right before he goes down. We're gonna have a buyback on the Alchemist, but the Viper's dead. The Echo Slam comes out from the Earthshaker. It's gonna hit on all 5 heroes from the Radiant side. 3 of them are actually gonna go down, but one's got that Aegis, as the TA will come back to life, and then the Winter Wyvern goes down soon after. So the Dire side will hold, but it probably cost them more in the end. No, not quite. But it was
Radiant's
2 buybacks,
middle
one on the
tower is
Alk,
under
one on the
attack.
Viper. But they do keep their tier 3.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower
But I
is
don't
under
think
attack.
they're going to have those buybacks available for the next time the Knights try to push across the map and try to break high ground. 'Cause I really don't see them waiting for the 6 minutes. 5 or whatever it is. Okay, 6 minutes. I was close. I was right.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That actually brought the Earthshaker up to 1700 gold. Because he didn't die and all that. He was there for a lot of those heroes going down. So he got a lot of the assist AoE gold. Yeah, so 1800 gold for him. He's getting close to that Blink Dagger. That'll give them quite a bit of team fight, but we saw him get a good ult last fight, and it didn't really drastically win his team the game. They still have the issue of 2 really item-dependent carries that just aren't there yet. The Alk and the PL, and now we're going to see the Alk in a whole lot of trouble. He's going to go down. Winter Wyvern's going to get the kill. Well, on the back of that, they'd love to push this tier 2. They don't have any creep support, as there we go. The last Dire creep in that wave goes down, so now the Radiant creeps start marching the way down the bottom lane to eventually get to this tier 2.
Radiant's middle
Just giving a little
tower
bit of
is under
time for
attack.
the Alk respawn.
Dire's
But
bottom tower
still
is
going to be
under
down
attack.
for another 35 seconds. The tier 2 will go down,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
and now they can try to push uphill here. The mag has actually blinked into a little bit of a
Radiant's top tower is
non-ideal
under attack.
situation. He's going to skewer
Dire's
and
bottom
blink.
tower is under attack.
So now he's on the Dire side, but now he's got everything on cooldown. He's going to have to wait.
Radiant's middle tower is
It's
under
another 20
attack.
seconds until Skewer's going to be back up. He can blink RP. As he's been hit by the...
Radiant's top
he threw out his
tower
Q
is
and that
under
hit the
attack.
Vipers, so now he can't blink, but now he can. But The Viper and the Dazzler are dead, so RP's not even really needed. As, oh gosh.
Dire's bottom tower is under
The
attack.
PL and the Earthshaker just get completely exploded. We are going to get a buyback from the Earthshaker. That was a bunch of his Blink gold. He will get the Echo Slam off, but I mean, there's just not enough left. The Dire side is just completely falling apart. Nicolas Cage. It's the scene with the bees all over again. No, not the bees. As Usagi drop goes up to godlike streak.
Dire's bottom
But they
tower
still
is
manage to
under
hold
attack.
their high ground. It's costing them a lot, but they're managing to hold, and this doesn't really show it. This is only partial fight recap. It shows the deaths on the Dire side, so we see about a 300 gold swing in favor of the Dire, but this isn't showing the gold loss from the Viper. It isn't showing the buyback and the death from the Earthshaker before. So that was still a very Radiant favored fight. And oh my goodness, I didn't switch over to net worth. Shows you how much how often I actually look at the net worth. But yeah, no surprise there. The Gyro and the TA way out in front of the Alchemist and the Viper. And this is, I mean, look at how low the PL is. 5.5k. He's below the Winter Wyvern. They've just, I don't know, I think they just went too greedy with their picks here. Take a look at our gold graph, and whoop, right up over 10,000 gold in favor of the Knights, and 10,000 XP also in favor of them. I think maybe they would have been in a slightly better position if they went with my original thoughts on the lanes when I saw them pick these heroes. Maybe they were going to put the Viper in the off lane, the Alch mid, and the PL safe. That might have given them a little bit more farm, but in the end, I actually don't even think it was the laning. I thought it was the item choice. Why? They went for the Radiance, and okay, they're going to have a Manta soon, but still, the Alch's not going to be able to fight. He's still very, very weak. They're going to start with an RP on him. They're going to skewer him right back into a Winter's Curse, and there goes the Alch again. No buyback available for him, as Dazzle's going to go down as well. Earthshaker died sometime, I guess, right as the RP went out. The Earthshaker went down. Viper Strike's going to be out onto the TA, who almost is going to die, but the Cold Embrace is there from 122. Richard Sherman on the Winter Wyvern. Then we're going to get a punch on the Viper. He's going to go down. Just the PL left alive, as Mr. Cash will actually be able to doppel away. I believe it's called doppel. Yeah, doppelganger away. This time Amy dropping quite low, but Winter Wyvern there once again. Fisher's going to come out from NKF, but he's going to go down. Some of these heroes are so low level that they just respawn so fast, as the Dazzle's back again.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
But we're starting to bring down the racks here. And we're going to see our first set of racks go down, or oh, slightly delayed by the glyph, but we will see the melee racks go down. As another skewer will bring back the Dazzle. Shallow Grave's going to come out from him. Snowball going to come forward onto no U-turn. Then they're going to punch him up in the air, as the Alch does have that regen from Chemical Rage, but the damage is too much. He's going to go down. Mr. Cash getting quite low again. He'll be able to back up. He does have his Dazzle with him. As the range racks finally goes down. And I think they'll just back out of the base, but here come the aggressive TPs. As Yosoi de Papa, he wants blood. It's not going to find it. As we'll quickly cycle through our heroes here, see what everyone's got. We got the Blink Dagger up on the Winter Wyvern. There are 2,300 gold on hand. Meg working towards his refresher, I'm assuming, with that Perseverance. He's got his Force Staff and his Blink. Speaking of Force Staffs, Winter Wyvern just picking up his Force with that gold he had. The Tusk, he's got his Glimmer and another 1,000 gold. TA, BKB down to 9 seconds. We saw it get popped right when he was running from the Viper Strike. And then there was that nice save with the Cold Embrace. But TA also picking up a Hyperstone, so maybe an AC coming out for the TA soon. As for the Gyrocopter, we got MKB. SNY and Helm of the Dom. 1,700 gold on hand. Might see BKB come out as his next item. Let me move on to the Dire side where they've got a little bit less in terms of items. But the Viper's got the SNY, the Mech, and the Midas. 1,200 gold on hand. But Viper's actually not doing too bad for them. Alk, the highest farmer on the team, he still hasn't finished that Manta, but he's close. And of course, he's got his Radiance. Earthshaker, who's unfortunately had to buy back.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant forever.
He's lost a lot of his gold. As he was getting pretty close to that Blink Dagger. He was up at 1,900 gold, I think. And now we're seeing him down at 400. There's that Manta getting delivered to the Alchemist. Who else do we got? We got the Dazzle with the Medallion and our 400 gold on hand. He's just got brown boots and a magic wand to go with it. So yeah, and then we've got the Yasha and the Travels on the PL. And we've got another fight here. Probably our last is the cask is getting channeled by the Alchemist. He's gonna throw it onto the Gyrocopter. This is probably the best start to a fight we've seen from the Dire, but oh my goodness, the RP will land on 3. Skewer, Shockwave, hits on all 3. That's a triple kill for the Gyro as he comes in and just cleans up what was beautifully set up by the Magnus in the back. Well, I guess, is that in the back? In the front lines of the fight? I guess that's the front. The PL went down as well, and it's just a Viper left. We lost the bottom racks. They'll go up for the top. They'll have to go through the tier 3 first, but I don't see there's any way of the Dire side contesting and fighting this. I'm really surprised we haven't seen the GG called just yet. And there it is.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
So a little bit of a quick game for our semifinals here. 31.5 minutes.
Radiant victory.
But the Knights, they kind of run all over Nicolas Cage. As I really feel like they just went way too greedy. Way too greedy. And they got punished for it. So honestly, I think, you know, good on the Knights for just seeing that greed and just saying, all right, well, let's just go and fight you some more, and we'll take towers and we'll snowball off tower gold, and then if you're still not able to fight, well, then we'll just break high ground and we'll start taking racks. And we saw them do just that, and then they eventually just won the game. Where the Alk, I mean, he had Radiance Manta. You can't fight with that. You're still so weak on that hero at that point. You need to be able to fight. And I mean, the PL offlane, they didn't really get much with that either. And then he went Travels. And then his only fighting item was a Yasha, which isn't really going to do much for you 31 minutes into the game. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the semifinals, as yeah, that was a little bit of a one-sided game, but we do have a team waiting for the finals, so don't want to keep anyone waiting. We want to hop into that lobby as soon as possible. Once again, guys, I was Niz. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that follow button if you are enjoying the cast, and if you don't enjoy the cast, let me know why. Give me some feedback. Either drop it in the Twitch chat, hit me up on Twitter at NizCast, or I don't know, find a way to contact me. But I'm always open to criticism and getting some feedback. But we've got another lobby to hop into, so I'm going to throw it to music in the meantime, and we'll be back in just a few with our grand finals.